Is it just me, or this lifestyle creep is just all over the place? Every time you get a hold of, a certain amount of money, you feel like you need to buy something. You feel like you need to move, change location, move to a better estate, get a better car. I believe it's not just me. This is everywhere. Well, today I'm going to be talking about lifestyle creep. The way it creeps up on you without you even knowing. Stay with me. Well, what's lifestyle creep? This is when your spending increases at a faster rate than your income, okay? Or bumper to bumper with your income, which is very dangerous because you know me, I talk about personal finance. And it means at the end of the day, you have nothing left. You'll be spending everything. You will have no money to save, invest, or put aside for something like an emergency fund. I mean, in short term, it means maybe you get a salary, an increase in salary, or your business just booms, or you do a big sale, you get a promotion, a hustle win. It can literally be anything. Okay? So when that money comes in, you immediately start spending it. You don't even think twice. The money lands, you start spending that money on things that when you actually think about it, you don't need those things because you used to survive without those things. Okay? That is lifestyle creep for you. It doesn't knock. You will just, after some time, that's when you realize, I really didn't need this thing. But now, unfortunately, by the time that time comes, you've already, you're a culprit. You fell for it. And these are things, if that money didn't come, you wouldn't have bought those things. Okay? And you would have survived. That makes even things worse. Yani, saving or investing doesn't cross your mind at that time. That comes way later. That's why it's called the lifestyle creep. It creeps up on you without you even knowing. And as a result, even though you're earning more, or if it's a business, you're making more money, when we look at your books, we can see there's money coming in. You end up living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth. Because you'll never have anything extra. There's nothing will change. Just that thing that you bought. For example, if you moved from a 1-bedroom apartment and you went to a 2-bedroom apartment, that's the only thing that changed. But as for your pockets, your accounts, they'll remain zero because that extra bonus you got, the extra amount, now goes to your landlord. It doesn't stay with you. You just changed landlords. Okay? If it's a car, you went from a smaller car, you bought a bigger car. You went from a Japan or a second hand, you bought a new car, German machine. Your money now goes to a different individual. So this means you're not choosing yourself either way. That's bad. So I'm making this video to tell you need to choose yourself. Okay? Let that increase, that extra bonus money, whatever, don't give it to someone else. Atiwe kazi yako pesa tu inapita, it goes through you. Money just passes through you to someone else. No. We need to sort of put a buffer or a stopper. When money comes to you and it stays. Right? That's what we want. So let's talk about why it happens, this lifestyle creep. Because it also happens here in Kenya. See, it's not happening here. We've seen it. Even me, I've been tempted. And if I'm being honest, I've fallen for it at some point. Yeah. feel like I deserve that nice expensive handbag. Why? I deserve it. Huh? I worked for it. Those are the reasons and the excuses we give ourselves, right? So why does this thing happen? It's because we have that kukula mentality. We tell ourselves, I worked hard, so I need to give thanks to me. Give thanks to my body. Kurudishia mwili asante. I don't know who came up with that. We have that strong urge to reward ourselves. I worked for it. I deserve this. It comes so natural. And that thing never used to be there, kitambo. It came with social media. And I deserve this. I worked for it. Because when you look at those old mzees, our fathers, our grandfathers, they never used to. Those people hid cash. Those people hid whatever they worked hard for. And that's why our parents inherited these things from them. Because they never used to. And you would see someone, an old mzee, they're not buying themselves new cars or new whatevers, but they're loaded. Hakuna ati nimeenda kujinunulia suti. Even it's the wife who even thinks, hey, my husband needs a new suit. Anakuaibisha. Excuse me. You feel, hey, my mzee, when he's always, and then he dies, and then you guys realize, kumbe this guy was this loaded. And that's why I'm saying this lifestyle creep came with this social media. And that's why you need to be very, very careful. Because as Africans, as Kenyans, this is not us. That's not us. But that's a topic for another day anyway. So that's one of the reasons it happens. Having that kind of mentality. That I deserve this. I deserve a nice car. Everyone deserves everything nice, right? But at the end of the day, what does that mean? What does that mean? Another reason it happens is because of social pressure. The pressure that is going on. We used to think that the pressure comes from your friends or peer pressure. Nowadays, even it's on social media. And I think it's also one of the reasons I quit TikTok. Because you're being sold things. You're not even thinking about something. Your life is just going on smoothly. And then they post something. And then I don't know why you feel like the need to buy that thing. Something you had not budgeted, and now it's on your list. So when money comes, instead of you saving it or investing it, because social pressure and media put it on your face, now that money has gone there. Nothing left for you. And at the same time, with this social pressure, you feel the need to keep up. You can't be walking. At a certain age, you need to be driving. Now you're almost crucifying yourself. You'd rather do whatever it takes for you to start driving. Just because one person somewhere, aired their thoughts. And they don't know your battles. They don't know what you're going through. And then now you go and try to kill yourself because you also need to keep up. You need to be seen you own a car. You need to be seen you live in a certain posh estate. You need to be seen you're dressing a certain kind of way. Just to keep up with the Joneses. Kitakuramba. It will hit you so bad, you won't know what happened to you. And it's quite unfortunate. This one I can't blame Mati Koloni. It's very unfortunate because as much as I say it's social pressure, it also have been I don't know if I'm a victim or what. Because you find like in Kenya, when there's these things like social gatherings, like weddings, funerals, get-togethers, your own family members are the ones who are even judging you based on mumekuja na matatu, you guys have come with a personal car, what kind of car you drive, is a big car, a small car. And now you're judged based on how you're dressed, whatever kind of car you're driving. Because now as a husband, if you're not driving, your wife will be the one doing the chores in the kitchen. Okay? But if you guys are driving, your wife will sit with the guests. Okay? And even if she's told to do something, she'll be making salad, and It's that. But the heavy work, the peeling of warus and the kimaing of the mokimos, it's the wives of the poor men or the men who are not driving, or the ones who are not doing so well. They are the ones who are doing that's social pressure. Now that one also causes this thing called lifestyle creep. You find yourself, you've fallen victim for it because as a man you wouldn't want your wife to be treated like that, right? Yeah. As a parent, you don't want your kids to be chongolewad in school at ukisemekana the poorest of the poor is your family. Yeah. So this lifestyle creep is also at home, in the workplace, in schools. It happens everywhere. Not the lifestyle creep, the peer pressure, the social pressure. Keeping up. It happens everywhere, in the offices, at home. You would think at home it's where it's safe. It starts at home, Kwanzaa, before it goes to other places. It starts at home, to the office, the streets, because you want to look or to appear like you're successful. You don't want to look like you're suffering, and indeed you're really suffering. So you end up giving a false picture of who you are, just because you're trying to keep up, just because you want to look a certain type of way, or you want to earn respect. Some people tend to believe that you're faking it gives you some sort of, I don't know. But I feel like it doesn't last. Whatever it is that you're reaching for, the moment people realize you're faking it, that you can't actually even afford it, you lose whatever it is you're trying to reach for. So what's the point? You have a nice small car that works, and then you start feeling the pressure, like you need a newer car. You want a German machine. You used to wear clothes from Gikomba. Nice clothes. Nobody even would tell they're from Gikomba. But no. Now you want to shop. You want to do your shopping in a mall. You're no longer going or doing the easily stuff. You want to shop from malls. You want to be seen shopping in the malls, driving that nice big car, living in a very posh estate, or in your head to command respect from people who half the time don't even give a damn about you. Others don't, they're even going through worse than you. They know how to fake it. And let me tell you, nobody wants to go down alone. They want mkienda chini muende nyinyi wote. So you do all these things just to earn respect in your community, in your groups, in your family, at work. Another reason it happens is access to credit facilities. People have easy access to credit. Like in Kenya, there's Tala, there's Branch, there's you name it. Hata hizo ziko mbali. Just with your phone. You have Fuliza, there's all that. So that easy access, you don't have to work hard to get a soft loan. It's easily available for you over there. So with the rise of all those digital lenders, all those, they help support this lifestyle creep. And even some banks nowadays, it's easy to instantly get a loan. It doesn't take much. It's easy to instantly finance a new lifestyle. Especially these houses, the mortgages, the cars. Banks will come through for you. But just remember, they are making money. See, they know this is how they are making money from you. So when that raise comes, they know directly it comes to them. As I said earlier, it's just like you're the passing point. That's just money will get to them through you. And they didn't force you. You did it willingly. So You access these houses, these big houses, you access these cars, this life, this kind of lifestyle with money that you don't have. Why? Because you have access to easy credit. I'm not saying credit is bad, but if it's for emergencies, well, you can help anyone. But if it's not an emergency, if you're using those loans, those credits, for something that is not an emergency, lifestyle has crept up on you without you knowing. Okay? And you need to do something about it. And another thing that makes lifestyle creep happen is because we've normalized lifestyle living, form of living. We are normalizing it. And this is because, as I said, when you go to social media, everyone is flaunting about the kind of lifestyle that they're living. We are normalizing it. So you start comparing yourself with these people. Little do you know, most of them are even faking it. They're faking it. But we refuse to see that. We want to compete with whatever it is that they're selling, We don't even take time to find out if it's a lie, if they're living a lie. Our friends showing nice cars and all that. And they're calling it the soft life. Is it really soft? I doubt it. I feel like if we see the other kind of life they live when they're not online, it's something you wouldn't want. If you asked to trade that kind of life with what you have, you would refuse. You wouldn't want. Your life is much better. And I don't know why people don't prefer the boring, quiet life. That's the best life to live. Everyone wants to be in the limelight. I don't know why everyone just wants to be seen. I think I got to a point in my life where I want to be somehow invisible. I don't want it to be in a group of people who are driving. I don't want to be the one driving the best car. No. I don't want to be the one driving the most expensive car. No. I don't want to be the one who lives in the most. No. Because you just remember at the same time, these things draw weird kind of attention to yourself. Unless maybe you thrive or you like things like, there's people who like attention anyway. Unless you're that kind of a person. Oh. But if you're not, it's not worth it. Okay. So as I was saying, even social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, they are normalizing these things. Okay. So when you don't have these things, you start hating yourself. You feel like you're not doing much. You're not doing what is supposed to be done. You feel like you're abnormal because they're trying to make it look like those things are normal. So you start second guessing yourself. They show you, or they try to make it look like every now and then they're out somewhere in some hidden gem, or after work you're going for coffee in a very nice place. And see, all these things is money. Eating out in fancy places frequently, and maybe these people have been paid to promote that place, and now you go and compete with them. They try to paint it like a normal necessity, and it's not. Those are some of the reasons why this lifestyle creep keeps hovering around. It's not going anywhere. Now, let me tell you about the people it affects, because you might be there wondering, saying, it can't affect me. No, but everyone is prone to lifestyle creep. As long as you're making money, you've started making money, you're prone. Even if you're a child, when you talk to a child, they'll tell you, when I grow up, I don't want to drive. My mom drives a small car. Me, I'll drive a big car. Huh? Me, I won't live in such a place. Me, when I grow up, so it means they'll do anything to get whatever it is that they want. Those are the red flags you watch out for. So, this lifestyle creep, it can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone with an increasing income. Okay? Your business can grow. You're employed, your salary can be increased. Besides, we are all doing our best to increase our income, right? We invest to increase our income, right? So you're prone to lifestyle creep. And this thing doesn't care if you're fresh in this field, that you just started working the other day, or you've been in that industry for long, you're almost retiring. It doesn't really care. It doesn't care if this is your first job or you're a CEO. It doesn't care if you're getting a bonus or a raise. It can happen to you. You're not immune to lifestyle creep. It can also happen to middle income earners. Kwanza, these ones are the ones who are affected the most. In Kenya, the middle incomers are the ones who are hit the hardest with lifestyle creep. You've seen it. And this is where everyone wants to move from matatus to owning their first car. It doesn't matter how they'll get there. If it's a loan, sour. It's financing, sour. However, whatever it takes for them to get their first car. It's so sad that sometimes even people are doing weird things to own these things. And as I said, social media makes it worse. They make you feel bad for living the way you're living. You pay for electricity, you pay for Wi-Fi, you pay for that phone, only to switch it on and listen to someone who has nothing to do with your life advise you on how to use your money or how to live your life. That's where we are in life right now. And that's why we are being told, be very careful who you're listening to. Even me, don't listen to me. Like, don't be so naive that everything I say you just, no. Pick whatever works or whatever helps you, leave the rest. And if you feel like I'm not making sense, leave me alone. Go find someone who speaks sense to you. But be very careful who you listen to. Because that's how a lot of people go down, especially financially. You'll never grow. As I said earlier, you move from wearing Gikomba, nice Gikomba, because there's nice clothes from Gikomba. You just want to be seen shopping at the malls. You don't want to be seen carrying food from home. You want every lunchtime to be eating some fancy restaurants, fancy places, because that's what people are doing. But the people you're competing with are not going through the same problems you're going through. You're fooling yourself. So all these things you're doing, they are quickly eating up your salary. Whatever that small money came, inaishia hapo. If it was a bonus, beep, finished. If it's your salary that was increased, you still, at the end of the day, if you never used to save, you're still not saving. Because you increased your expenses. And it also affects high earners. If you haven't looked around, you'll see people like doctors, lawyers. They are just complaining, and then you're wondering how. See, these are the kind of people who are supposed to have it. These are the people who I expect to have. You don't expect the high earners to have these problems, financial problems, but they do, because look at the house they're living in. Because you're a doctor. This is where you find these people moving from a normal house. They go to a very expensive house and start paying mortgages. They'll never have anything left. They want to drive, as I'm a doctor, so I need to be driving a big machine. Whatever I'm driving has to match my name. So they move from a Toyota to a Range Rover. They move from a Nissan to a Jeep. Huh? They make all these steps, leaving them cash poor. So yeah, you're driving that big machine, no Dorikido, you have nothing. When it comes to cash, liquid cash, so you have all these assets, but you have no liquid cash. Remember, at the end of the day, cash is king. Because when an emergency hits, and you have an asset, trying to find someone to buy that asset, it will take you time. The emergencies require cash, quick cash. And that's why you find someone, maybe in your family, in your friend circle, is a high earner. And then an emergency comes, and this person is even the last one to even contribute or something. They come up with stories and all that. That's the reason. They have no cash. They have nothing. All they have is their name. Lifestyle creeped up on them. Yeah. So until they style up, find a way of removing themselves from those situations, they have a long way to go. That's how. Now let's talk about how to avoid it, this lifestyle creep. Yeah. You avoid it by, if you're doing business, if you're doing, all those things, you pay yourself first. Jilipe kwanza. Before you adjust your lifestyle, before you start upgrading whatever, your car, your house, your means of transport, pay yourself. Set up aside like a savings or investments account. Put some money aside for that. Okay? As soon as you get a salary bump, or a salary raise, send some to your circle. If you don't have a circle, send it to some account that you've decided is for investment. It can be a circle, it can be a money market fund. For some people, they have hidden bank accounts. Just something. People should stop having this, that 100% access to your money. That's how you buy whatever you feel like, because you the easy access to your account, you feel like, see, this money is here and I need this. Okay, not even, those are not needs. I want this, I deserve this, the money is accessible. What's to stop you? Nothing. So pay yourself first. And by paying yourself, this is like you changing or having a different kind of mindset. So if you don't see the money, you don't feel the need to spend it. Okay? For me, my account would rather read zero, but I know I have an investment somewhere. Okay? I'd rather have my account read zero, but I know I've invested somewhere. Unlike someone who has not invested somewhere and your account still reads zero. That's a horrible place to be. So put your money in a place where you don't see it. When you don't see it, you won't feel the urge to spend it. Number 2, which I know most of you will have a problem with, is maintain your kienyeji lifestyle. That lifestyle that you're used to. Try and maintain it. You'll thank yourself later. You have met people who have money and they live like paupers. Now, imagine, and they're so happy. Unless if you're a man, you're lucky and you're married to a woman who likes spending. Hey, atakusumbua. But I feel like, that living below your means, it's cool. People will always be wondering, why do these people are always, even if they have a problem, they somehow sort it. Because you have the money. You have the money. So maintain that kienyeji lifestyle. Don't be in a hurry to change your car. Don't be in a hurry to buy a new car. Don't be in a hurry to move to a... At you live in... this is an example. Let's say you live in Kasarani, but you feel like, no, I need to go and live in Lavington. I want to go and live in Kilimani. No. Stay in that Kasarani of yours. See, you are living there and it was okay and everything was fine. Unless you're moving for things like water and stuff, But if you are surviving, it means you can... If you made sure you survived, stay there. Stay there. You're living alone in a 1-bedroom or a bed-sitter, and you're fitting there perfectly. But now, because you have extra money, now you move to a 1 or 2-bedroom apartment. 1 bedroom is for your clothes. No, my friend. It means that extra salary or that bonus, you're giving it to your landlord. You're not keeping that money. Just because you want to be seen, you live in a certain posh estate. You don't need a new car just because you got a promotion. You don't need to move estates. You want to live suburb areas because of a bonus? No. If you are using a matatu, continue using a public means of transport. Don't be surprised if at the end of 5 years you're even better than that person who's driving. If you get the money, continue driving your old car. Let people talk. People always talk. Let them wonder. You drive that old car. See, it works fine. If it works fine, what's the problem? Drive it for a few more months, a few more years. Even forever, if it's working perfectly, what's the problem? Let them stop selling you these weird ideas so that you can all struggle. You can't sleep at night. Another way to avoid this lifestyle creep is start budgeting with purpose. Okay, make sure even before any amount of money comes your way, you have a budget. Okay, so you're not caught off guard, because sometimes in life money comes without you expecting it. If you don't have a budget, haki ya Mungu, you'll use up money with something which later you'll come to regret. So have a budget, because when that money comes, the first thing that will be catered for is anything that is in your budget. So create a budget for your higher salary. Create a budget even for your lower salary. Make sure you give every coin, every shilling, every dollar, every euro a purpose. Give it a job. Tell the money where to go. Okay? Money is like a river. It has to flow. If you don't tell it where to go, it will just disappear on you. So have a budget. Maybe this is rent. This is whatever. I have a loan I'm paying. This is for business, whatever, stock. Just ensure you have a budget. Don't leave money lying around. That's how money disappears and you can't account for it. Make sure you create a new budget for your higher salary. Okay? If the amount you receive keeps increasing, you reformat your budget. You change your budget. Okay? Another thing you need to be aware of, or to be wary of, is this one-off celebrations. Beware of one-off celebrations. Once in a while, it's okay to celebrate a win. Okay? Maybe that raise, you guys can go for dinner. That's enough. Once in a while, you buy yourself a nice phone or a nice outfit. That's okay. Problem comes when you make this a lifestyle. Like this is something you do every now and then. Now that's where the problem comes in. When it looks like that one-time celebration is an everyday thing. That happens a lot in Kenya. Kenyans celebrate every weekend. I don't know what we are celebrating. Every time we are celebrating something. That's dangerous. That's how, at the end of the day, you have nothing left. You are not growing. Unless, of course, you're the ones who fool the rest. Your budget has something for nyama choma and for drinks every weekend. And then there's the rest of, following the crowd. We are following a master who has planned themselves. And you've not saved, you've not invested, you don't have an emergency fund, but you're out there with the ones who've planned themselves. Be wary. Be very careful. As I said, have a budget. Even if people are going out, make sure your money is planned. Okay? If you did not plan to go out that weekend, don't go. And stop being worried about what people will say. People must talk. Okay? Go only when you've planned for it and you've budgeted. That's all. If you've not planned for it, let them do whatever they're doing. There's always tomorrow. You can always join them the next day. And finally, define your why. Okay? Define your why. A lot of people don't know why they're doing what they're doing. As I mentioned, most of them are doing because of social pressure. Because you saw something on social media. That's your why. So sit down, ask yourself, ni nini exactly natafuta? What exactly am I looking for? Or what exactly do I want? Do I really want to look wealthy, or do I want to be wealthy? Because those are two totally different things. You see, lifestyle creep. You go buy these things to look a certain type of way, but you're not that way. Okay? So at the end of the day, or at the end of your life, you have nothing except clothes, cars, and all. You have no investments, no savings, nothing. So define why. When you're going to buy that expensive car, you have to define why. What are you looking for? Understand what it is that you're looking for. Okay? Understand where that hunger is coming from. The other day I was talking to a friend of mine who told me there was this lady. She was doing her normal kazi. She had a small car that was working fine. It was doing fine. And she got a job. And it was like an events job or something. Yeah? And the next morning she had to go to the client's home. Some posh suburb area. The soldier, this watchman, came to the gate. So the watchman asked her if she was picking someone, if she's Uber. She got so offended that she went and sold her car that she had completely, she didn't have a loan for that car. She went and got a bigger car, which was financed. Now she's stressed because all the money she's getting from her business, she's paying off this car. Just because some weird random watchman confused her for an Uber or a Bolt driver. You see? Why did you do that? Because of a watchman's comment. Come on. Anyway, as I said, define your why. Okay? But if you truly want to be wealthy and you want to retire early, you don't want to go spending your money however you want. You want to be investing and saving for your money, not just work for the weekend. So be very wary of this thing we call lifestyle creep. And don't think it can't happen to you. Okay? Don't think it can't happen to you. You never know when it hits you. You never know. So, just remember, lifestyle creep is when you upgrade your spending faster than you upgrade your savings. And here in Kenya, you avoid it by toning down. So, you have to tone down, even when your account goes up, especially when your account goes up. I'm Miss Moitathi. I'll see you in my next video.